Happy day, my name is Melly Ramirez and I talk about types of assessment. Definition according to Brown to the 2004, who established that evaluation or assessment is a process that tries to count a student's ability to make useful contribution to the class, or just is she makes a contribution on or not. Besides, this author considers that assessment and testing are part of the Teaching Act. COMBI 2011 considers that assessment is the process that helps teachers monitor their students' performance periodically in order to adapt their teaching to the students' needs as well as to be aware of where the student stands with respect to goals in content areas, language and learning strategy. In general, Brown explained that the processes of assessment for learning English should be part of effective planning or teaching and learning, focus on how students learn, be organized as central to classroom practice, and be regarded as a key professional skill for teaching. Besides and constructed take account of the importation of learner motivation, promote commitment to learning goals, and shared understanding to the criteria by which they are assessed. Give constructive guidance about how to improve develop learning's capacity for assessment so that they can become reflective and self managing. Okay, and recognize the full range to arrangement of all learner. Now, type of assessment. According to Baxter 1998 and 97, it can be continued formative or summative, depending on the purpose and frequency of assessment. Continuous assessment, I process that evaluates a learning performance over time. So the student is assessed on not just one performance, but many performance. In continuous assessment, the teacher can include information about the context of the student's school participation in class, group work, use the target language, and the ability to the record research, makes analogies and make themselves understood. The most important thing is to keep the record that allow teachers to make the final decision about the grade. Formative assessment. Formative assessment means the continuous mutual feedback that needs to make place between teachers and students during the learning process. Teachers need to be also interested in the students' attitude to language and learning, so it is important to ask them questions about how much they feel they have learned. In that way, they will be involved in the teaching and assessment procedure. On the other hand, Brown considered that most of the classroom assessment is formative because it involves the process of forming for students competence and skill with the goal of helping them to continue that growth process. It means that for all purpose, all types of assessment um, are formative at the end because they look for the development of the learner language. So when they when the teachers give a student a feedback oral and written, that feedback is given in order to promote to learning language ability. And summative assessment. Summative assessment is the process of getting data from the performance of the student during different strategies. This process of a data collection should be established between teacher and students on the evaluation plan. At the beginning of the course, the learner's performance is collected and present into numbers through the use of techniques and rubrics designed to measure the achievement or of the objective at the end the course. One of the problems with summative assessment is the student's attitude toward some strategies such as a traditional test because they tend to be happy when these tests are over and do not remember the content anymore. So I challenge to us as teachers is to change the attitude, offering your student to live different learning experience through the use of many other assessment strategies. Thank you.